This video that I'm about to do is actually harder than what I thought it would be, because like talking about it again is like I feel like I'm opening up an old wound. And like I said, I'm trying to do YouTube videos more. So this is, I always do stuff that happens in my life videos. So like the title said, this is my breakup story. And honestly, I wish it never happened, and I wish it never happened the way it is, the way that it did happen. And so I'm gonna not make this video too long. So I should start by saying, like, I'm 26 and the guy that I was seeing was 21 at the time. And so like June of last year is like when we first met, and honestly I did not want to talk to him. I was like, this boy is young. Um I was like, what does this young boy want with me? But we would like talk on the phone all day long. And I was still like dating other people, but it was just something about him. I don't know. I just stuck around. Like typically when I talk to a guy and I don't like something, I would just completely like disappear and just, tell them that I don't want to talk to them anymore. And but something with him, like we would argue, but we'll get back together, argue, not get back together like in a relationship, but it just was not meant to be. Like I already knew from the beginning it wasn't meant to be. And like the thing was, I would like block him on the phone, and he will go to like literally Google my name to find me on whatever, to message me to tell me to come back, come back, come back. I'm like, why is this boy doing this? Like usually, like, somebody will like try to get in contact with me, but it would be like calling me and leaving me a message. It was just funny that he would just find me on a social network and start messaging me. I'm like, are you serious right now? So I always thought that was like cute, I guess, because he would just go out of his way to like do stupid stuff to find me. So what can I say? We were like dating off and on for like 6 months, and then so finally when I was just like, you know what, I can't do this anymore with you. And he was just like, you're a good woman and you always do me right. And, I want you to be my girlfriend. No, he was like, we are in a relationship. That's what he said. He was like, we are in a relationship. And I'm like, huh? So like when he said that to me, it was like unreal, because it was like I haven't been in a relationship in a long time. So I did care about him, because when we were together, I felt like everything was great, everything was perfect. But it was just like when we were in apart, I felt like he wasn't giving me the attention that I really wanted. So like a couple of weeks later, I guess he told me that his homeboy was moving in with him because his friend had issues at home. And I asked him, I was like, is anything going to change? Because we already have like a rocky, it wasn't like rocky like he was cheating on me. It was just rocky because I felt like he wasn't giving me all the attention that I wanted. And he was like, no, nothing is going to change. I'm going to still give you my attention and everything. So I rocked with it. Let's see. His friend moved in, and that's when I felt like it went downhill, because we all go out. Like I go out, he went out. So I would see him when I was out, and everything was good. And he used to be all over me when we were in the club and everything, just anywhere we were at. So then like when his friend moved in, it was just like things just changed. Like we went on a double date, but the double date was bad. Not on my part, but with his friend and my friend part. And but still, everything was good. And then one day, I was like, let's go to Dave and Buster's, because I really want him to meet more of my friends. Not like a whole bunch of people. It was just like my other friend. And then so then I invited my brother and everything. So because I wanted to like start introducing him to my family. And it was like that day I was like calling him, texting him, no reply, no reply. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then so finally, like at like 9 something, almost 10, he texted me. He was like, oh, he was in the hospital all day. So I'm like, Okay, so but he was like his nephew was in the hospital, not him. So, anyways, fast forward that night, me and my friend decided to go to the club because her homeboy was in town and he wanted to go out. So I tagged along, and then so I'm in the club, then I see him, and I'm just like, why is my boyfriend even here? Like he didn't even tell me he was coming. And then so when I go up to him and I'm like, look, I don't want to argue. Like, what is going on? He was like, well, you didn't text me back. Granted, I didn't text him back when he told me he was in the hospital. I just didn't feel like texting him back. So I was like, okay, well, maybe that was my fault or whatever. And then so I just let him do his thing. That I ended up leaving the club because I felt like he controlled my emotions. Like, I just felt, I don't know if it sounds right, but I just let him just control how I felt. So if I was happy, it was because he did something to make me happy. And if I was sad, it was because he did something to make me sad. Like, I've never in my life felt like that. I've never in my life felt like I allowed a man to control the way I felt. And so that was very different for me. I just felt like I was like depressed. Like, it will be based on how he made me feel always. And I like I said, I've never felt like that before. I've never been in a situation, even with my ex-boyfriends. Like I said, I'm always cool with my ex-boyfriends. I never felt like that. I never felt like I let a man control the way I felt, and I felt like he did that to me. So I ended up leaving, and I told him, I was like, you're not gonna start putting, the clubs before me and your friends before me, especially if we're gonna be in this relationship and try to make it work. So then we squashed that. Everything was good. And so the thing for me that just really, really honestly like broke it off was I've never in my life been in a physical fight. In school, nothing. It was never to the point where I was like throwing like bows, like really honestly fighting. So one night, like on a Sunday, we were talking all day long, and he was like, we're gonna go to the movies on Tuesday. So I was like, okay, cool. So fast forward to Tuesday. Tuesday rolled along, and we were talking. He called me. I called him after I got off of work, and then we were talking from like 3 to like 6 or something. And he, like, another thing, he would be so mean to me, like, not like mean like calling me fat or anything, just like mean, like he always said he was joking, but for me it wasn't funny because I wasn't used to that. But I was just like, you say that you're mature. I was like, you're not mature. He was like, I'm joking, stop taking everything so seriously. And I don't feel like I take everything seriously. It just wasn't funny to me. It was just like the stuff that he would say, it just honestly wasn't funny. It could be something stupid, or it can be something that I thought was serious. I just honestly didn't think he was funny anymore. So then I was like, whatever. So, but either way, like I said, we talked that whole Tuesday afternoon, and then he was like, I'm gonna call you back. So I had went to sleep, woke up, it was like 9 o'clock, and then he didn't even call me back. So I called him, I texted him, no response. So I was like, well, maybe he fell asleep. So, excuse me. So then I called up one of my friends, and I was like, let's go to Taco Tuesdays because I'm not going to stay home. It was a boring Tuesday night. I just didn't want to be home. So I get to Taco Tuesdays, and we're having like a blast. Like, that was really like the officially first time I ever went. And we were drinking, we did karaoke. Everything was great. Like, I really honestly was having a great time. So after we left karaoke, my homeboy and his friends walked outside Taco Tuesday, but I walked back inside. Taco Tuesdays is like a bar or whatever. So I walked back inside Taco Tuesdays, and I see one of my guy friends, and I'm like, hey, da 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 da. Everything is all good. So I just literally like turn my head to the door, and I see my boyfriend, and I'm just like, what? And then I just blurted, I was like, my boyfriend's here. And then my homeboy was like, you ain't know he was coming? I was like, no, because we were supposed to go on a date and he never called me back. And so, like, when we were in this relationship, I would ask him like randomly when he would do something. I'm like, we do not have to be in a relationship. So anybody can blame it on me. Maybe I pushed them away, but at the end of the day, if I feel like I'm asking you, do you want to be in this relationship, and you tell me yes, and you tell me that you're going to do this, and we're talking about our future, we're talking about, kids, whatever the case may be, you do not sit there and just ignore somebody. I just could not grasp it. I couldn't understand why he would do that, because it's not like I was like asking for a lot. I told him, I was like, if you have 2 days off, one day needs to be for me, one day needs to be with your friends, because I'm not telling you you cannot hang out with your friends, but I feel like both those days you don't need to go out. You can spend that time with me or whatever. And he agreed. He said yes, he understands that he's not going to go to the club like that anymore, and we were in a relationship. So I'm like, okay, as a woman, I'm like, okay. So when I saw him at Taco Tuesdays, I was like, what? Like, I literally like walked up to him and I was just like, let's go outside and talk. Like he was like, no, I don't want to go outside and talk. And when he said that, you guys, like I don't feel like I blacked out, but I blanked out because I was so shocked that he told me no. So he was like, no. And his little two ugly little friends was hanging out in the back. And he was like, I was like, y'all need to move out the way because we're having a private conversation. Because he refused to go outside. And he was like, we're not doing this in here right now. We're not doing this in here. I was like, let's go outside. I honestly was not going to argue with him outside. I was just going to be like, why could you just tell me that you were coming here and that you didn't want to go to the movies? I would have been fine with that. But the fact that he lied about it, that's what pissed me off. And then so I just went crazy. Like, honestly, I started pushing him, and then like security pulls me off of him, and then as soon as security let me go, he started walking to the next room in Taco Tuesdays, like in the bar, and I just went back over there and I just started grabbing on him, pushing him like a crazy woman. Like, you would have thought my name was Shaquita from up the street. Like, I started acting crazy. And like, it's like kind of like a blur to me. Like, I don't feel like I was doing it. It was just very random. But according to the story, I was picked up by security and hauled outside. Like, literally picked up and taken outside. Taco Tuesdays has this window. It's a square window which you can reach in and reach out. But apparently I jumped in the window and I literally started beating this man up, beating this man down. And it was just like, I was like, I hate you. Don't call me no more. Like, I remember I picked up a book and I threw it at him. And I literally went through the window and just started attack mode. Like, literally attacking the man. And I was just like, don't call me no more. Don't do anything. I don't ever want to hear from you again. So after security pulled me off, I like literally ran, called my best friend. Long story short, she came pick me up, and I cried 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 because I couldn't believe that he would pick Taco Tuesdays before me. Like, he would just lie. And I'm trying to think, like, if I wasn't there that night, what would he have told me the next day? Would he would have told me like he just went to sleep, or would he would have been like, I didn't want to go out? So the next day after I got out of church, because another thing was, when I was with him, I completely like stopped going to church. Like, I just completely like felt like I just changed. And so and this video is like very real. Like, this is real life. All this crap happened. And I went to church and I'm just like crying in church because I was like, I cannot believe as a woman that I acted like that I actually physically, I'm shocked that I didn't even go to jail. Like, I physically like assaulted somebody. So as I got off of church, we talked on the phone, and he was just like, were you drunk? And I was like, no, I wasn't drunk. I was very upset. And I feel like he didn't take full responsibility for why I felt the way I felt. And my homeboy was like, oh, you shouldn't put your hands on him. But I was just like, at that time, I didn't know what was right, what was wrong to do. At that time, I felt like that was right. And he was just like, my boyfriend, he was like, well, I was like, do you not see what you did wrong? Did you not understand why I acted like that? And he was just like nonchalant about it. I mean, he did apologize for it, and I apologized for it too. I was just like, I will never do that again. And I was like, we don't have to be together. We don't have to be in this relationship. We don't I just was like, this isn't healthy for me. This isn't healthy for us. And he was still like, he did not want to break up. And I was shocked. Like, I was like, how do you not want to break up? He was just like, I don't want to break up because I know you're a good woman and I want to be with you. Like, I see myself being with you. And I was like, I can't handle it. I was like, I can't handle you just think that it's okay for us not to talk the entire, not the entire day, but daily. And, I was fully committed to him, and I haven't been fully committed to someone in a very long time. So it was just like, I was like, for me, I was trying to remove myself from the situation. I really honestly was. And then so we still didn't break up. So like that was a Sunday. So I don't know what happened, you guys. All I know is that I just broke up with him the next following Sunday. I still felt like he wasn't going to change, and I just felt like it was just all a lie. And he did something. He just, I don't know what he did. He did something. He did something to just really piss me off. I think that I called him or something, and then it was like in the morning, and then that whole entire day he didn't call me, and I was just like, you promised that you wouldn't do this again. Like, first of all, he's off, so it's no reason why you can't pick up the phone and call me. Like, if you don't want to talk, you don't want to talk. At the end of the day, it's like, why are you ignoring me? Especially, I'm not blowing up your phone. And then once again, I found myself just like, I'm a crazy ass bitch. Like, I'm over here texting him like, you know what? Oh, we were supposed to go to the Kevin Hart concert. That's what it was. And I texted him. I was like, "Are you off on that day or whatever?" And he was like, "Yes, he is off." But he didn't text me back till like 6 hours later. I was like, "What are you doing? Like, you're off today. Like, why are you taking so long to text me back or to even call me or anything?" It was just like no response. And then he just texted me like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "Okay." So then it was like 11 o'clock, and I was getting ready to go. I was like, look, if I see you out in this club tonight, we're going to have a big problem. And still, he didn't call me. He didn't text me. And then Sunday rolled around, and I went to church, and I was just like, it's over. Like, this is just not the relationship I was supposed to be in. And I'm kind of shocked I was able to tell this story. It's just so weird because you're asking someone like, do you want to be together? We don't have to be together. Why are you putting me through this? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like mentally, like maybe someone has been through what I've been through, but I feel like mentally I was just not prepared to be in this relationship, not prepared to be dealing with someone who was just so sometimey. And like, honestly, I wasn't used to that. I wasn't. People can say that maybe I pushed them away, but I really don't understand how I would push them away, and I can't beat myself up trying to make myself figure out what I did wrong, because I feel like I did what I was supposed to do. I did enough. If I was doing more, I was doing too much. And I mean, he was my boyfriend. He's not my husband. So it's like, why would I go above and beyond to try to do something for someone who don't deserve it? And I just felt like he didn't deserve me. So long story short, I mean, Fenice is a crazy ass woman. I never attacked someone before in my life. I've never acted like that before in my life. So I know this video is super long, and yeah, crazy, but that was my breakup story rounded off in 20 minutes. Yeah, so y'all let me know. I don't know another way to look at it. I don't know another way to change it, but I just feel like communication is very important when you're in a relationship with someone, and for your partner to just completely like ignore you and still tell you that they want to be with you. It's like, how you want to be with me but you treat me like this? Like, I just did not understand that. So all right, you guys, I'm out of here.